on heritage breeds, and we talked about it a little bit last year. Heritage is a fancy word for history. I have a southern heritage. My parents are from Alabama. Joseph has an Ethiopian heritage. Heritage is just what your history is. And these are historic breeds. We have a number of historic breeds at the barn. We have Charlotte. We have our Dominique chickens. We have Katika, who's a Canadian, and cow. And we bred our ewes last year to a Lincoln ram. Remember the long wool? These are all historic breeds. So our first question is, why should we bother with heritage breeds? Because the United States has an amazing food system. We have set up animals in factories, and we can build them almost the way we can build a car. We can take a turkey egg, and it will eat so fast and gain weight so quickly that in less than 4 months, it's 35 pounds. It's a massive bird. But instead of raising those massive birds this year, we went to heritage breeds. And the first thing I want to explain to everybody, before I tell you why we did that, is to explain what a breed is. You all sort of understand the idea of different breeds of dogs who were developed to do different things. Collies to herd sheep, terriers and short-legged dogs to go down rat holes after rats. But how did we develop these different breeds? Well, I thought it would be easier for you to picture if you thought of it in human terms. So picture there is a mad scientist, and he comes up with this idea that he's going to develop a human being that does not need water skis, just has huge feet. Okay, I would be a candidate for this. I have size 12 feet. I have very large feet for a female human being. These are long shoes. So we have 2 children. The large-footed mom, the small-footed dad. We have 2 children. We have 1 child who has small feet. That's Lucy. Then we have 1 child who has so clearly, if we were just wanting to breed large-footed people, Huck would be no good. Because you see, half of our children had small feet, and we don't want small feet. So here's my little graph so you can really get the idea. Here's Selden, here's Huck. See, here are the boats, right? Okay, here's my big feet, Huck's little feet. We have 1 child with big feet, 1 child with little feet. But say I had married Greg instead. Do you guys all know Greg in maintenance? He's built like everyone in my family. He has size 13 feet. So Selden with size 12, Greg with size 13. Our children are going to be walking on water, and they don't need anything because they're going to have humongous feet. So obviously, if this is what you're trying to establish, you are only going to breed these individuals. These children are the ones you're going to do. Maybe you go over there, but of course he's got a short-footed gene in him, so you probably don't want to go with John. So we just stay with this. This is what we call our foundation stock. These are our breeding animals. Now, staying on the human idea, let's say we switch our focus, we forget the water skis, we're going to breed people for meat. We only want big, heavy people. So the way we're going to do that is breed big people, keep them in very small rooms with a large sofa and a television. So, you don't want them to exercise too much and toughen that meat. And you don't want them to work off any calories. So can everybody up here, I gave everybody a bunch of qualities, and hold them right side up, Zach, so everybody can all we care about, the only quality we are breeding for is big and fat. Cody, responsibility. You sit down, Cody, because you're out of the gene pool. We don't need you. Yes, we need him, so he stays. We don't care about personality. All we care about is beef. So, eyes open. Yes, Zach too will stay. That's out. No, far too much sweating involved. Who needs it? They're just on a couch. No, you're sitting. No, they're just all by themselves in their little crate. So, you're out. my goodness, this would be a terrible quality to have. You want someone who just wants to sit and eat. So, you see, now we have all of these qualities. They are out. Can you see that we have, if these are the only 4 that are going to be our breeding stock, we have lost so many qualities. Well, that's not a big problem because remember, we have bred turkeys that can gain so much weight so fast. We can make a lot of money with them. What does it matter that they're not good mothers? The joke about commercial turkeys is that they have been bred to be so stupid that they look up at the sky in the rain and drown. So this is a problem. Then what happens is something called inbreeding. If you're only breeding relatives, if you're only breeding the offspring of Greg and me, and just keep breeding those to each other, pretty soon, Zach, as I said, intelligence is not something that we So, please turn it over. Okay, so pretty soon, we have all these other problems. Inability to reproduce, aggression, skeletal deformities, and health problems. Let me just go over that. Health problems. Factory farmed animals today are so fragile. They are so fragile in their health that they routinely are fed antibiotics. Skeletal deformities. You guys all saw, who've been here in years past, our traditional turkeys grow so fast that their legs can't hold them up because we've bred them to have breasts the size of refrigerators. They can't hold that enormous turkey breast up. So their legs give out. They are deformed. They can't get close enough to each other because of these enormous breasts to breed. So they cannot reproduce. Every one of 270 million turkeys in this country is the result of artificial insemination. And the last is aggression. There are listen just a second, there are 7 billion, that's a lot, chickens grown for meat in this country. They are all one breed. They are traceable back to 4 lines. Remember, we had just 4? Those chickens grow so quickly that they go from egg to the time when they're slaughtered to go to the grocery store in 7 weeks. 7 weeks, that means if they were hatched the day you arrived, they're dead now. If they were hatched the day that you arrived at school, they're done. They're in the freezer. So it's a very short lifetime. What you find out, though, is if you ever let those chickens grow up, what they've discovered, the roosters are so aggressive because they have grown so quickly, they're mentally unstable, and instead of mating with hens, they kill them. So aggression is another problem that comes in. So, thank you everybody. I just wanted to, can you guys just go back to your tables and I'll just finish up?
Nice work, guys.
So this is why we are raising heritage breeds, because all those qualities that we had sitting on the floor are ones that we want to produce. We want to keep going. We want a pig. Large black pigs are known to be calm, gentle, smart, hardy, which means they can cope with bad weather, that they don't die in the rain, and they're known to be good mothers. They don't eat their own young. So all of these qualities are qualities that are important to continue, and so North Country School is doing our part to ensure that there's diversity in the gene pool, that we don't just have 4 little qualities that we're looking for. And this is all part of, you've all heard of fast food, McDonald's, stuff like that. There is a movement in this country that has started. There's an organization called Slow Food. And I would like us to be involved with the slow food movement, which we are, just by raising these heritage breeds that otherwise would die out. So now you know why we have all those guys, and thanks everybody.